I have the two must-haves for you for the next business trip or vacation you decide to take. Hey guys, welcome back. I am the Real Bearded Businessman, and if you are a repeat viewer, appreciate you sticking around with the channel and supporting everything we do here. And if you're new, this channel is all about building your financial independence and putting more of the money that you earn into your own pocket and not back out to all those bill collectors, all right? So this channel is part of the ways that I'm trying to become more financially independent, but also I'm trying to document my process and the strategies that I'm using to be more financially independent. So hope you guys enjoy it. If that's something that you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell. We're working on so many different things here in this channel that I don't want you missing out on any of them. So if you hit that bell, you'll get all the updates and you'll know exactly what we're working on and what we're coming out with on this channel. So awesome. And yeah, so let's get into it. The two must-haves for, I think, any business trip or vacation, right? So kind of give you a little bit of a background here. As you all know, those of you that have been on this channel for a bit here, this is my side hustle. This is my side gig. This is not my full-time a job by any stretch of the imagination. I have a separate, distinct full-time job, work in corporate America, and part of what I have to do on a not necessarily daily basis, but what I have to do as part of my job is I have to travel. I have to go see clients. I have to go see customers, and it's a requirement. It's something that you have to do. So, over time you start learning things and you start getting a lot better. One of the things I know that you do kind of learn, I mean, you know the typical stuff. Hey, I need to have enough clothes. I need to make sure I have a toothbrush and a hairbrush. Speaking of which, I should probably have used the hairbrush a little bit here before I hit the old record button, but oh well. But toothbrush, hairbrush, things like that, you need to pack that stuff, right? And then past that, it's got to go in a suitcase, right? Got it. But one of the things that really has helped me along the way is finding these two key things, and I bring these things on every trip, no matter where I'm going, and they've helped me out in the long run. So let's start on the first one, right? So it's kind of stupid, and most people have them, but I don't think everybody has one of these, right? So the first one is a good backpack, right? So what I have here is a great backpack. I love this thing. This thing's probably about 6 years old right now, and there is nothing wrong with it. It looks brand new. It looks like the day I took it out of the box when when UPS or FedEx delivered it to me. So I bought this. This is an Oakley bag, and Oakley makes it, obviously. That's the name on it. But this thing is absolutely the most rugged bag I have ever used in my life. I used to just buy like cheap, crappy backpacks. I go to like Walmart or Target, just the cheapest backpack you could find, that's what I would buy. And finally, I decided, screw it, I am going to actually spend some money on this and see what the big deal is. Totally glad I did, right? So for me, like, the bottom is like super hard plastic, but it's still flexible. And the outside is some synthetic. It almost feels like it's canvas, but it's not quite as rugged as canvas would be. But definitely some features to look at, guys, that I found is super helpful, especially for those business trips, are like this guy back here has a laptop pouch. So I could stick a laptop in there. I could stick a huge laptop in here. I think the one I use normally at work is like a 15-inch monitor, maybe, yeah, I think it's 15-inch monitor. It fits with space. Don't quite know if you can fit a 17-inch back here, but I know for a fact a 15 will fit. And, definitely look for some padding, because when this thing's on your back and you're sitting in an airport or you're waiting to get on your flight, you want a little extra padding, right? You don't want that hard piece of plastic sitting right against your back, right? So definitely look at things like that. Make sure you find a backpack with some real rugged exterior fabric. This one I found is just great. I mean, I cannot rip it. I've had this thing, I've jammed this thing under so many airplane seats, under seats at the airport. I've dropped it, everything. I dragged it. There's literally no abrasions on it. So that's something that you definitely want to look for. A couple of the other cool features of this one is for its outward size, it has a ton of inboard room. The last trip I was on, I believe, was a 4-day trip. So it was 2 days worth of clothes, and then obviously some clothes for traveling the other 2 days. I had workout gear in there, so I had shirts, shorts, a pair of sneakers. I fit all of it in here. I traveled with this. This was my suitcase for those 4 days. It was awesome. It was great. Tough fitting it under there because this thing was filled to the gills. But once again, I mean, none of the stitches are buckling or anything like that. One of the other cool features is, I'm pretty sure it's because they sell sunglasses too, but this one actually has a sewn-in pouch. I could show you, but it's not going to come out on the camera. It actually has a sewn-in pouch for your sunglasses. It's that scratch-resistant stuff that that fabric that the sunglass cases are made out of. It's sewn right into here, and that's one of the things that I liked about this. So that's really my number one thing, I think, guys, is stop with the cheap backpacks. Stop trying to save a couple extra bucks. Invest in something that, like I said, I've had this for 6 years. This bag has outlasted some of my roller suitcases. I've had 2 or 3 roller suitcases in the same amount of time that I've had this guy. So definitely invest in this. You don't have to go to an Oakley. I just happen to love the Oakleys. I will always buy Oakley products as far as I'm concerned when it comes to backpacks from now on. And these guys totally sold me. One of the other cool things that I like about having a backpack is its versatility. So I can literally pack up the night before, get everything in there, fly from my house all the way down to wherever I have to go or out to wherever I have to go, get to the hotel, unpack everything, repack it, and be ready to go for tomorrow morning. And it acts as a briefcase plus. You know, I could throw extra bottles of water in there, extras, and it's just super versatile. So that's pretty cool. As far as vacations are concerned, I always make sure I have a backpack because a lot of vacations you like to do something active. You like to go hiking, biking, however you like to stay active. Even if you're just going to go to the beach, I've taken this thing to the beach. We live not too far from the beach out here, so I've literally taken this in the summer to the beach, thrown it on my bag, and we're ready to go, you know. So from that, it's very versatile. If you don't have a backpack and you try, you try using one of those, I guess the fabric briefcases that, like, computers come in, I think you're missing the boat entirely. You really need to invest in one of those. So, like I said, I went with the Oakley. You don't necessarily have to. I'm going to throw a couple options down in the description for you and see if those are anything that you like. And yeah, so that's the first one. The second one I'd say is having a jacket that's like super light, right? So I don't know if you can really see it. This one, of course, again, is Oakley. I love the backpack so much I went with this. But one of the things that I absolutely recommend is getting a jacket that is super light and something that you can roll up really, really tight and get in that backpack. One of the things that I really like about that is no matter what the temperature is when I leave to where I'm going to end up and get that temperature, whether I'm going from cold to hot or hot to cold, I always bring that jacket. Why? Because it's super light and it'll actually keep you warmer than you think at certain temperatures. And the other thing is it's waterproof. So no matter where you are, you never have to have the fear of, oh God, it's going to be raining. What am I going to do? Boom, it's sitting right there. This guy, I can get that thing rolled up to about, that tight. I mean, that's literally the only room it takes up. So, it's smaller than a water bottle, like a 20-ounce water bottle. I can get it smaller than that. So that's super great. Like I said, again, I just chose the Oakley. You guys find the one that works for you. But I always make sure I have that jacket because no matter where you're going, no matter when you get there, you're always at the mercy of the weather that's there. And I know on my most recent trip, I went from a very cold climate where I'm at to a very warm climate to where I went. And believe it or not, even in the warm climate, when I landed, it was pouring rain. Boom, I had that, and that kept me warm. It kept me dry, and I could show up in what I was wearing that afternoon and not look like a total slob. Like I'd actually been somewhat responsible and tried to look somewhat decent to show up to the client. So yeah, so that's that, guys. These two things, by far, they are always with me anytime I travel. I think aside from the toothbrush and the hairbrush, these two things should always be there. And like I said, don't skimp out on the quality of these products. Like I said, I've tried doing the crappy jackets, the crappy backpacks, and they just don't last. You're gonna be buying them year after year. I've had both these things now for about 5 or 6 years, and they still look as good as when I bought them. So, yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys are having a great week, and hope you guys are having just a great time becoming more financially independent and just really hustling. And hey, safe travels, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.